Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Double Feature Podcast. We are now on episode 8, and last week we watched Spider-Man Brand New Day, and we enjoyed it so much. We decided, you know what, we might as well do another Spider-Man episode. I mean,
hell yeah, we are.
Why not? You know, we're the GOAT.
You know, we're both huge Spider-Man fans. Always have been, always will be. God damn it.
Goddamn right.
We're gonna talk about our ideas for Spider-Man 5.
Yeah, so I brought it up in other episodes of the podcast. I want a staple of this podcast for an idea that I came up with is our pitch idea segment, where we just talk about our pitch for a certain movie or like this one, the sequel to a movie, what we think would want to happen. But with this one, we're doing it in a little bit of an interesting way. So we're going to talk about Spider-Man 5. We just together made a whole script together. Not whole script, but a pretty polished, not polished either.
An outline draft. Yes. An outline of a draft of a draft.
Yes. A first draft of what we would want to happen in Spider-Man 5. So we'll have a pretty detailed pitch idea, but then after that, we are going to go into a different type of pitch idea for Marvel Spider-Man 3 from Insomniac, where we will just basically talk about what we would want to see and stuff like that. So it's literally two different versions of the pitch idea. You guys can let us know which one we like more. But first we are going to start with our pitch idea for Spider-Man 5 and if they are keeping what they did with the last trilogy, where the home was in each word. This one, it would be day in each word, in each film. And so...
as each subtitle of the film.
Yes, exactly. So we have ours as Spider-Man Darkest Day. Because I'm pretty sure we all know that in Secret Wars, Tom Holland Spider-Man will most likely get the symbiote suit.
Yep.
So we are basing our ideas off of if he gets the symbiote, which he most likely will. And if it's good enough, Marvel, you should hire us, low key. But let's just get right into it. So first thing we thought of whenever we decided to come up with the pitch is we wanted to come up with the theme first. And the theme that we came with is the theme of sticking by the people that you care about the most and that you trust the most, even when they are at their lowest point. Because obviously, whenever Spider-Man has the symbiote, he's at his lowest point almost every time. He's just a terrible person.
Usually.
Usually.
You know, in the comics originally, the symbiote wasn't necessarily like heightening Peter's aggression or his, bad traits or anything like that. It kind of just, would be like using Peter's body while he slept. So the idea that it heightens his aggression, all that, and amplifies bad traits within Peter, was kind of explored the first time in the 90s animated series. And I always really liked that iteration, and that's kind of what Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 did as well.
Even though not as well.
It wasn't done nearly as well as the 90s series. And I don't even think Marvel's Spider-Man 2 did it as well as it could have been done. And I feel like we need to finally do justice to that, that interpretation of the symbiote where we have it enhancing his aggression, his bad traits.
Yeah, that's a good point you brought up, because whenever we were first talking about, planning out this story, I said that he should probably have the symbiote for half the movie and then get rid of it, like how they do in most stories with the symbiote. But Nick was adamant about he has the symbiote for an entire movie. And once we were talking through it all, I ended up liking that idea as well. And I think I like how it came together. It's not perfect. We still have some kinks to work out, and we'll bring those kinks up whenever we're talking about them. But that's what we have for that. So next, after the theme, we have a lot of different characters. Something I wanted to add with it is in Brand New Day that every side character that's in it actually fit the theme of the story.
Yeah.
So I was kind of trying trying to do that with the side characters that we added in. But of course, since it's Marvel, they're going to want to have the Marvel Sony arrangement. You always need team up heroes in every movie. So we added some of those as well, added some iconic Spider-Man heroes. But now we can talk about what we have for the tone of this movie. We, of course, since, again, it's the symbiote, we want this to be the darkest Spider-Man movie yet.
Absolutely.
Very, very hardcore.
Darkest in terms of emotionality, darkest in terms of literal, like, lighting. Like, we want this to be set entirely at night, basically.
Almost everything will be at night, and we like the idea of, since, I mean, the aura with Spider-Man in the symbiote suit whenever he's in the rain at night.
In Spider-Man 3, yeah.
You know, just to switch it up a little bit, it's a wintertime story, so the symbiote at night in the winter. I feel like the colors would pop really well with the snow and the
very high contrast sort of style with it.
Yeah, I think that would look really good. But yeah, we want it to be during wintertime, and most scenes will be at night. And then, yeah, the darkest Spider-Man movie yet. He has less quips. He's more aggressive. All of that. But before we go into our whole story breakdown, we're going to talk about the characters that we are adding into it.
Yes.
So, he wanted, and I liked it once we were talking more about the story, for the Human Torch to be in it. I mean, after Secret Wars, you're going to see a lot. He's going to probably meet a lot of other heroes again and get close with heroes again. So, in the comics, Human Torch and him are best buds.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's never been able to be explored in live action because, you know, there's always been all those rights issues with, you know, Hulk being with Universal and Spider-Man being with Sony.
With Fox.
X-Men being with Fox. And we just got an X-Men in...
We just got an X-Men and Hulk in a Spider-Man movie. So now
and Punisher, I think, was also Universal at one point.
It was Netflix.
Yeah, it was eventually Netflix, but I think originally, like back in the day when the old Punisher movies were being made, I think it was Universal. I might be wrong on that. But yeah, so like all these different companies are making these deals to bring all these characters together, which is awesome. So I was like,
so we got to utilize it.
If we're moving on to the next Spider-Man movie, and that's the type of movie that they're going to put all these mishmash of characters that are owned by different people rights-wise. Why wouldn't we bring in,
especially when they made $1 billion in the opening weekend of Brand New Day? Like,
that shit is so crazy.
Yeah, they're going to add more characters to the next one.
So,
I feel like it's very likely for Human Torch to actually be in this upcoming movie because they're best friends in the comics. They're going to meet in Secret Wars. They're going to mesh together.
Exactly. If they meet in Secret Wars, that'll be the perfect opportunity in that movie to kind of introduce Human Torch and Spidey's friendship that dynamic. We know is in the comics in both the original 616 universe and in Ultimate Spider-Man, like the 2000s run. Johnny Storm was like a really big part of that too.
So I did just think about this. He will get the symbiote in Secret Wars, but I feel like there has to be a little bit of a time jump where the symbiote isn't affecting him at first for Johnny to actually see the type of person Peter is and them to build that dynamic. So probably like a half a year time jump after Secret Wars.
And there's no way after the events of Secret Wars there's not going to be some sort of time jump because I'm sure Secret Wars is going to shake up enough things that you know, it's not just going to be back to business as usual in the Marvel universe right away. So yeah, I think there will be plenty of time to, like, you know, just kind of explain away that, oh, it's been a year since Secret Wars, since whatever ends up happening in Secret Wars. And, you know, Spider-Man and Johnny have been helping each other out in the city.
I always love a good, if there's a time jump or not a time jump, like in Brand New Day, like in Into the Spider-Verse, my favorite Spider-Man movie, like in Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 1. I always love a good opening monologue from from Spider-Man himself.
You mean montage?
No, a monologue, an open monologue from Spider-Man himself, talking about himself.
He's like, I'm Spider-Man.
Hey, let's do this one last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Who am I? You sure you want to know? Like, I always loved one of those.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Exactly. But with Human Torch, basically, in this movie, he's going to be his best friend. He's going to see Peter keep drawing to darkness, and he's gonna fit well with that theme of even when the people you care about are at their lowest, you need to be there for them. You need to stick up for them. You need to have trust in them.
Yeah.
And Human Torch
Johnny's
will
gonna
be
be
a big
the
part
one.
about that. Human Torch will probably be one of the biggest parts of the movie. One of the biggest side characters.
I genuinely want Johnny Storm to be the second main character in this movie.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Spider-Man being obviously number one in his own movie, but then like he's the main supporting character with him. I think that would be really cool.
But I mean, what's always great about Spider-Man stories, what makes them so great, is how Spider-Man is relatable. And not that, of course, it's dope to see Spider-Man kicking ass. Everybody wants to see Spider-Man going crazy. But
obviously,
the main point, the best part of the Spider-Man movie is Peter's emotional journey and his emotional arc. And with the symbiote, it's pretty easy to get that conveyed with him, getting darker and darker, and then him realizing he needs to rely on the people he trusts,
on the new friends that he's and that's also the reason we wanted that to be the theme, is because he just ended Brand New Day accepting that he needs to have these friends in his life, and he needs to be able to accept help from people, and
it's really just a sequel with the theme.
Yeah, and he can't it's basically continuing the theme along, but like allowing Peter's character to maybe kind of regress a little bit because of the symbiote,
and then come back to how he should be.
Yeah. And through the help of all the new friends that he made from like Secret Wars, and his renewed friendships with Ned and MJ, who will be in the movie, that we wrote them down as well. I think they would have a bit less of a presence in this movie than the last movie.
Yes, it definitely would be a smaller presence, since he is giving up on a lot of stuff, as you will see in our story. But before talking about Ned and MJ, we will go to the next character that we added, which a lot of people have been clamoring for.
Myself included
as well. We want Daredevil in this bitch. We aren't gonna this last one we had Punisher with no Daredevil. This one we're gonna have Daredevil with no Punisher. We can just say Punisher is off murdering someone somewhere.
Like easy write off.
Easy write off.
Easy write off.
Oh, he's in Russia taking care of all of their communist agendas and murdering all of them. Like, yeah, just something crazy. Or something. I don't know. But for Daredevil, how we want him portrayed in this, we want him to be kind of the moral high ground character for Spider-Man whenever Spider-Man's losing himself, where he's one of his... Human Torch is his best friend, but Daredevil is his best ally for the city, as a hero in the city of New York. And
Daredevil knows like the inner workings of what's going on in New York City, because he's been dealing with all this shit with like Kingpin and whoever else in the city for a long time.
But he'll be there for talking him back to being himself and being there to help him with crime and everything. He's not going to have as big of a role. He'd probably be more similar in screen time to like the Hulk in Brand New Day.
Yeah,
but he'll be
Human
there.
Torch would be like Punisher.
Yeah, but he'll be there. They'll have fight scenes together. They'll have some dope moments together.
Yeah.
Of course, we would add that in. You need that whenever you have Daredevil in it. So then, like we were saying earlier, we do have MJ back in it. We are going to have her where she is able to start remembering stuff more and more about their relationship. It just keeps coming back to her. And she ends up wanting Peter back whenever he has the black suit. But we're going to have it where Peter does not want her. He actually rejects her because we need Black Cat in this movie.
Yes.
We need Black Cat in Spider-Man's toxic relationship, her feeding into his impulses with the symbiote, him feeding into him being a worse person. How just a normal Black Cat Spider-Man.
Yeah, we want the most toxic relationship possible with them on there, especially because Peter's in the black suit.
Yes.
In the symbiote, I mean. So, they're going to be just I want them to be like at the top level of toxicity with each other. Like they're just constantly fucking each other up, or betray, like stabbing each other in the back, sort of thing. Black Cat is obviously always stealing shit, and Peter's not okay with that. But then he starts kind of like tumbling into the sort of things that she does because the symbiote is like enhancing all his negatives. I think that would be
Maybe he lets her actually rob something one time and takes a cut.
maybe. I
Nah,
still don't feel
nah,
like even
yeah.
if the symbiote Spider-Man would do
Yeah, he
that,
still
but
wouldn't be stealing shit 100%. Yeah, probably not that. But yes, we will have Black Cat and, a little love triangle. Since Peter got motion. And they haven't showed that as much as they should in Tom Holland's trilogy. That boy got motion. He gets with some
dude,
girls.
he's like, yeah, he really hasn't been with anyone else but MJ and Liz, but Liz didn't. I don't even know if I really count that.
Yeah, they were just a fun high school relationship.
Bro, all they did was go to homecoming. Like that's literally
Yeah,
it.
that's
So,
it.
um, yeah, I think we need to explore some of his other love interests. It doesn't mean he can't go back to MJ eventually. I just think we need to explore some of the other interests that he has. So, and
I
Black Cat
100%
has.
agree.
We've all Spider-Man fans have been clamoring to have Black Cat.
Yeah, we've had
on the big
11
screen.
Spider-Man movies and we haven't had Black Cat.
Like an iconic character. How can you not have her?
Something we wanted to do with this pitch idea is, bring in Spider-Man characters that are such big and iconic Spider-Man characters, but they've never been shown on the big screen. And that's what we are doing with our villain, but we are not going to get to that just yet.
Yes.
We also, of course, Ned will be returning in this movie, and I thought that he could start becoming resentful towards Peter because Peter is, he's kind of ignoring him since he's regressing a little with the black suit, and he's also not pursuing him like he is with like MJ or anybody else, and maybe resent him for making him erase his memory. And I think that could end with the next movie or another movie after that, him like Peter making it up to him, which is what Nick wants. But I thought a cool idea too, which Nick hates, is Ned Leeds turns into the Hobgoblin because he does in the comics.
I just don't think.
Like he's trying to, like I said, he's trying to use his magic to fully remember everything with Peter, and then just a dark magic entity takes over him instead, like the Green Goblin mask. That could work. But he doesn't trust the CEO of Sex to have a good performance. That's literally what he told me. He doesn't trust Mr. Sex himself.
I just don't know if I think Jacob Batalon can hold a villain performance, and that's
Bro, if he's
maybe
the
he
CEO
can prove me
of
wrong.
Sex, he can do it.
Maybe you can prove me wrong, and it'll be cool. But I'm not clamoring to see Hobgoblin either way, either. So,
But why?
it's just like the Green Goblin is better in like almost every way. So I just don't really care.
But I mean, imagine the sixth movie, he's the villain, and the Hobgoblin is the one who kills Gwen Stacy in the comics, right? Not
No, it's Green Goblin.
It is Green Goblin.
It's Green
But
Goblin.
you could have the Hobgoblin kill MJ instead.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not 100% sold on it. I just think it's a cool option, and
let's not get too ahead of ourselves anyway.
I feel like they could. I feel like they could do something with that. I think, but besides him, we also will have Mr. Fantastic, but he will be a very minor role. Like we said, Daredevil will be like Hulk's role. Mr. Fantastic would be like Bruce Banner's role. Low-key. I mean, Daredevil would have a little bit more to do than the Hulk did, but Mr. Fantastic is there for any science qualms Peter has. He will be there to help.
We want Mr. Fantastic to essentially be his science colleague in this movie, because with Homecoming it was Tony Stark. With No Way Home, I don't think there was any in Far From Home, but with No Way Home it was like Doc Ock when he had the inhibitor chip was kind of his science colleague.
And Norman a little bit.
Norman a little bit too when he was not in Goblin mode for sure. Then Brand New Day, obviously Bruce Banner. Reed Richards would be the one in this one.
Yeah.
And especially if
since in the comics there's a lot with him helping Peter with the symbiote. Of
there's
course, we're
also
gonna put that in here.
Yes. But I was also gonna say just in general, Spider-Man's history is as a character is intrinsically tied to the Fantastic Four. Like one of his first appearances ever is in a Fantastic
Four. That's why I like
Four.
the ending that I said, even though you weren't fully sold on it. the ending for our story?
We'll maybe get back to that. I don't remember exactly what you said.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, the first Amazing Spider-Man comic was literally in the Baxter Building with the Fantastic Four. So yeah, we need to have the Fantastic Four in this story. I think not all of them necessarily. It could just be Reed and Johnny. Those are the only ones that we put down. But I wouldn't be mad about seeing a Ben Grimm or Sue Storm pop up just as a cameo.
That's
just
all
as like a little
for.
cameo.
They wouldn't add anything to the movie.
Yeah.
For our last two characters before we go into the villains, these guys are kind of going to be tied together. We are going to have what we have been needing again since No Way Home. We're J. Jonah Jameson. Of course, it's going to be J.K. Simmons. Will be back.
I mean, he already
as
was
J. Jonah
in
Jameson.
Far From Home.
Maybe
Why would
give
you
him the
recast
actual
him?
haircut this time instead of making him bald.
Just say he went to Turkey for a hair transplant.
Yeah, exactly.
Or some shit like that.
He's fine. But yeah, we have JJJ and we have Eddie Brock. Okay, so we're gonna have Peter back working at the Bugle. So JJJ is gonna be his boss, and Eddie Brock is also going to be at the Bugle, and he is, I mean, kind of similar to Spider-Man 3. J. Jonah Jameson wants dirt on Spider-Man, and Eddie Brock that's his sole goal, is to get dirt on Spider-Man so that he can, get a promotion.
Yep.
And JJJ wants dirt on Spider-Man so bad that he is going to hire our main villain to trash Spider-Man. And our main villain for this movie that we came up with is Chameleon.
Yeah, so this was something that I was thinking about when we were doing this pitch. First of all, Chameleon has never been done in live action.
Yes, we need someone new in live action.
Yeah, we need a new character. There are so many. Like, Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery is literally second to only Batman. Batman is the only character.
I like Spider-Man's more, but again, I'm a delusional Spider-Man fan.
There's way more iconic Batman villains. I'm not going to argue about that right now. We're talking about
we're not going to argue about it. I just like it more. You know me.
I mean, I love Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery too. That's why he's number 2. Anyway, there are so many characters that have just not been explored at all. Like No Way Home, as much as both of us love that movie, they reuse villains from the older movies.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I've even heard Kevin Feige essentially said, we're not going to make new versions of these characters, even though they're essential to Spider-Man mythos.
No, yeah, they shouldn't. I 100% agree that they shouldn't.
And
if they get to a Sinister Six movie, they should use the people that we we already have Scorpion. We could use Vulture again. Take him out of the fucking Morbius universe. You can use Venom, the Hobgoblin, not the Green Goblin. It would work.
Don't like
Just saying.
I don't like it.
Just saying. Scorpion as well, Craven, that's 6 for you.
Anyways, I think Chameleon would be such an interesting villain to play with in this one, because he can kind of do almost what Jean did in Brand New Day, which is where she was inhabiting people's minds and turning people against Spider-Man. But instead of this time it being her turning people against Spider-Man, it's the actions of people that Chameleon
might be
disguises. Yeah, damn it. Sorry. The actions that people that Chameleon disguises as do to Peter breaks their relationships with him. Not breaks them, but
that was a good idea from you.
Erodes their relationships.
Yeah, to get Spider-Man to go down a darker path and get him to make mistakes that J. Jonah Jameson can take advantage of. He takes all of the connections that Peter's been able to get and actually be able to be with people and have a community again. And he turns it on his head that he makes them fuck him over, acts like they're them, and he fucks them over, or he does something bogus with them, and then Peter doesn't know who to trust anymore, and that's where the regression comes, and then he ends up learning through the story that he can trust in them, and that it was the Chameleon pulling the strings the whole time.
Yeah, it's more about having. That's why the theme is about having strong faith in the ones that mean something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone goes through shit, and everyone.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, everyone makes huge mistakes, even sometimes, and that sticking by the people that mean something to you will lift you up higher than if you throw them away. Essentially,
Yes.
is the sort of theme that we're going for. So I think Chameleon would just be the perfect character to do that with.
I think he is a really great villain to use for this. But so he's not as much as a physical threat to Peter.
Yeah.
So we did come up with the idea that you can say a line that he got the same herbs or whatever that you said that Craven has in the comics.
Herb.
No, not the well. It wouldn't be the heart shaped herb, but the
Yeah.
same. He has the same like enhanced strength that Craven has in the comics since they're brothers. So he has like similar strength level to Spider-Man, and whenever he imitates Spider-Man, he is able to use web shooters and everything. So to make him a little stronger, we did that, but also we added a secondary villain for more of a physical thing for Peter. We're bringing back Scorpion again. We waited so long for him after Homecoming
to be there for like
just to be in it for 5
minutes.
seconds. Yeah, we're bringing back Scorpion again.
We
said that we want him
presence.
to have a bigger presence, yes, than in Brand New Day. You know, he's just a huge Spider-Man hater after everything he's done. I mean, he beat the shit out of him in Brand New Day, and then he beat the.
Yeah, he probably has a vendetta, even though like Spider-Man didn't know that he was possessed at the time in the movie. He's still going to have a vendetta.
And I mean, his scar in the first place is from Spider-Man. Whenever Spider-Man knocked him off the ferry in Homecoming.
Yeah.
Or I guess that technically wasn't Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man knocked him off the ferry, but the person he was working for, Vulture, did throw a car at his fucking head while he was hanging off the ferry. So
listen, man, sometimes the vendettas don't make logical sense.
Yeah,
but
you're right. 100%. But so we told you all of our characters. Now we are going to go into the actual story. We are going to run it down for you. So, we're going to start the movie with Peter at his best point of his life, but that also makes him the most arrogant because he's the most powerful with the symbiote, and he gets cocky because of how good his life is going after Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit of an arrogant asshole. You know?
This is, we don't know for sure if things are going to even be at a good point in the MCU after Secret Wars. So
he'll be at a good point, though.
I think, and especially if there's a time jump between Secret Wars and Spider-Man 5. Yeah, we want this to be like Peter has built up like this really good like support group, which is why we have Human Torch there.
Mm-hmm.
We have Daredevil to help him on the streets. We have, he's been rebuilding some of his friendship with Ned, even though things didn't necessarily work out with him and MJ.
Yeah.
He's been meeting Felicia. Like he's getting excited about a new love in his life when things didn't pan out in Brand New Day. So like he's just like riding this ultimate high because of all the lessons that he learned at the end of Brand New Day and whatever happened in Secret Wars and
he's going to be the strongest he's been since he's gotten a little older, and he has the symbiote, and he has these new connections with these heroes now. He has a connection with Daredevil for the street level portions of saving the city. He has a connection with all of the Fantastic Four now because they met in Secret Wars, and I'm assuming, because I can't spoil the comic, the Fantastic Four will probably have a big part to play in putting everything right.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything else to spoil anything.
For sure.
But so he's going to have a good connection with them, good connection with Daredevil. I mean, I assume Daredevil will be in Secret Wars. It'd be a missed opportunity if he's not.
He needs to be. Or else I'm going to the Russo brothers and with some fisticuffs.
Yeah, no, exactly. But whenever he met Black Cat, we said that he did give up on his relationship with MJ because he felt like it wasn't going anywhere. She still doesn't seem to remember him that much. She doesn't really care for him. She does not feel the same way for him as he did. Like it happened in this movie when she was like, "I don't love you," you know. So but then of course, right once he is excited about a new relationship with Black Cat. Of course, then this bitch MJ wants to start regaining her fucking memories. And then she starts remembering stuff and realizing that she loves him. And then she wants to start pursuing Peter again. But with how arrogant he is, with how happy he is with Black Cat, he does not give her the time of day. He is blunt and rude to her. And so then he instantly gets her to, like, not really want to fuck with him anymore.
Yeah.
And so then we were trying to figure out how to add other story points together, like with Eddie Brock. We said that it could work
With
for
Eddie Brock.
his progression. What his progression is going to be is that he starts dating MJ.
Mm-hmm.
He gets with MJ, and Peter
And-
sees this and is jealous because
Yes.
she's at the Bugle whenever he's also at the Bugle with Eddie, and like, or he just sees him meeting her after work.
Mm-hmm.
And it just does not help since he's more angry than ever, you know?
Yeah, and he's also in this toxic relationship with Felicia.
Mm-hmm.
That he, it's making him kind of lash out a little bit when he sees them together. His jealousy like starts to flare up a bunch. I think that'll be an interesting plot to follow, because then he will take it out on Eddie, because he works with Eddie. He sees Eddie at the Bugle, because we need to have Peter actually at the Bugle in this movie. We need to have him,
And we need
having
to
a
see him
job.
being a dickhead to Eddie.
Yeah. So, I don't remember the next plot point.
I got it.
Okay.
So, where we go from there is, JJJ, the hater that he is of Spider-Man. He's been noticing that Peter's been getting a little more unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's getting a little more unhinged, but he still feels like he needs an extra push to get him, for the city to see him how he wants him to be seen. So he ends up hiring the Chameleon to make Spider-Man look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, there's many times in the comics and in the show where J. Jonah Jameson hires the villains to fuck with Spider-Man just because he does not like Spider-Man so much. So he's going to hire the Chameleon, and the Chameleon is going to end up, imitating Spider-Man and doing bad things as Spider-Man, but also imitating the connections Peters has made, Daredevil, Human Torch, all of them, and
messing with
Peter, being a dickhead to them,
exactly.
him as them, or just being a bad friend to him as them, and
just make with his emotions.
Exactly. And just keep making it hit worse and worse for him, make him lose his connection, make the city lose the love for him that they have. But so we have, once that he begins losing more and more connections, he will just lean even further into the relationship with Black Cat, which is a toxic relationship, and he will start, being more okay with the things that she's doing, and more
being
like
aggressive and like genuinely hurting the people that he's trying to stop, until he just keeps like amping it up and amping it up and amping it up.
It just keeps getting worse and worse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, he starts actually doing things that J. Jonah Jameson can he
can report on
and not be
it's not the Chameleon.
Yeah, it's not the comedian, it's all him. So we had now we're going into where he is starting to realize the issues with the symbiote. That's probably what we said so far is probably like first 45 minutes to an hour.
I feel like it would be like maybe halfway through the movie.
Then we'd have to cram a lot into the end.
Okay, maybe 45 minutes.
I'd say 45 minutes to an hour for that part. But we have, for the start of him realizing the issues with the symbiote, him being out with Black Cat, macking, trying to go crazy. And since MJ still knows he's Spider-Man, she is in danger somewhere where the Scorpion is attacking specifically her or like a crowd, and she needs help. So she calls Peter, and she calls asking him for help. He doesn't answer the first couple times. She leaves a voicemail. He's
blowing her off for Felicia.
She leaves a voicemail saying she's in danger. He still does not pay it any mind. Just leaves her to deal with that. And a good way to, make him realize how bad it is what he's doing is we said that Daredevil will end up going in stopping Scorpion.
But he's a little too late. And Scorpion,
she gets fucked up.
Yeah, Scorpion injures her pretty bad. And this throws Peter all out of whack. It makes him even angrier because even though he's with Felicia now, he still harbors all these old feelings for MJ. Even though he blew her off, he still gets, jealous of Eddie when he noticed them being together. And then once this happens to her, all these like feelings come rushing back to him, and he just starts letting loose, like really becoming a loose cannon on all the villains in the city, and like destroying property, and like just.
But like we said, with the Daredevil being like his moral support, like moral anchor in this movie.
I skipped over that.
We have where Daredevil, he knows Spider-Man. He goes and talks to Spider-Man about what happens. Maybe at the hospital, maybe on the rooftop near the hospital, whatever. But he tells him about it and, chews him out for how he's been acting and how he blew off saving her to be with another woman.
Yeah,
and how he
just basically lays the fuck into him and lectures him.
Yeah, it's a good way. It's the start of him realizing what is going on.
Yeah,
why am I acting this way? Yeah.
With what he's doing as a person at that point in time.
We don't have next after that. Probably a couple other things would happen after that, but like he starts seeing what J. Jonah Jameson is posting about him and how Eddie Brock is photographing everything that is negative about Spider-Man. And so he ends up, going to the Bugle and lashing out on both of them.
Yep.
Which would end to him losing his job because he gets literally like physical and aggressive with them. So he loses his job. That's another point where he realizes that he's going too far. He's lashing out. And that also adds more resentment towards Eddie Brock.
Mm-hmm. And it just adds more negativity into his life because now he doesn't have a job and he's even poorer than he... Make Peter dirt fucking poor in this movie, guys.
Yeah, we had to get him fired, so he's poor.
So he's just dead broke.
Yeah, we had to. But actually... We kind of messed up the timeline there. Before going to J. Jonah Jameson and, lashing out, he finds Scorpion because of what he did to MJ. And the big Superior Spider-Man moment we wanted to add in this where he's just so mad that he punches Scorpion in the face and just takes his jaw clean the fuck off.
I think
and then J. Jonah Jameson would report on that, and he does feel regret for doing that, but then his regret turns more into anger towards J. Jonah Jameson for posting about that, and that's when he lashes out on him and
at the
Eddie
Daily
Brock.
Bugle.
Yes,
and
that makes a lot more sense. Yes.
Obviously, Spider-Man is always going to be a PG-13 movie, so we probably wouldn't take the jaw clean off, for Scorpion, but just break the absolute shit out of it, like shatter it. I know, I want it to be in a movie, but they're not going to do that, bro. They gotta make it PG-13.
Or we can make this rated M. Or rated R. Oops.
They're not going to
they're not ever making a Spider-Man movie rated R. That will never happen.
Ever.
How they gonna make $1 billion in opening weekend if they do that?
I wish they would make Spider-Man rated R, because a good rated R Spider-Man movie
or just have him in a
crazy.
Daredevil rated R project and have him, act in a fool.
And
him in any other comics is so cool.
It happens in comics too, yeah. Like I need that.
You know how scared I would be if I was like a Daredevil villain in a comic and then Spider-Man pulls up in the comic?
Bro, you seen that panel of...
I'd be like, bro, why are you here?
You seen that panel of of Daredevil confronting, I don't remember who it is, and they're like, what are you doing here? Like, you're not going to be able to take me all alone, blah, blah, blah.
Who says I'm alone? I've been... Yeah. And then Peter's like, I've been here for an hour.
Yeah, and he's like up in the corner and he crawls out of the darkness. That shit goes hard. That shit has horror.
That shit would be terrifying. That shit has horror. Especially if he's in the symbiote. Oh, yeah, and he's not talking, not making jokes. Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Dude, that's another thing. We're not going to have... We were talking about the tone of this movie specifically. He's not going to be very quippy like he has been in the past. Like, he's going to be kind of laser-focused and scaring people because of how
It'd
aggressive
be good
he
to
is.
show scenes of him like scaring civilians that he
Yeah.
saves too, for him to realize how he's doing wrong. But we had to change up a little what we put here whenever we were talking about it. We then around some point, Human Torch is gonna see him and he's gonna try to talk him down. He's gonna be like, "This isn't you. Let's go back to Reed and figure out what's going on with you." And Peter just brushes him off, but the Human Torch finds a way to be able to snag a sample of the symbiote up off of him, and he takes it to Mr.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
because Peter's not listening to reason at this point
Exactly,
in time.
yeah. And he brings it to Mr. Fantastic. They do the test on it that they do. They realize that it's a living thing, and that sound and fire are able to, destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Fantastic and Johnny, call him in to talk to him about it and be like, "We need to get this off of you." And Peter just does not want to hear any of it. "I'm stronger. I'm better than I've ever been. Yada yada yada. I don't need this taken off. I'm perfectly fine. Yada 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 yada." And while they're arguing about it, he sees on like the
news,
TV that Chameleon is dressed as him, dressed in the red and blue, just so. I mean, we still can't come up with the best explanation with that. Maybe he's in the red and blue the entire time.
Yeah, whenever he's impersonating Spider-Man.
Every time, yeah, let's just say he's impersonating him every time in the red and blue, and then J. Jonah Jameson is just like
They
he's
just
switching
assume they're
costume.
switching,
He's
yeah.
just switching costumes and whatever. But yeah, he sees that he is like rampaging around the city, like putting civilians in harm, and he's like, "I gotta go." And Mr. Reed Richards and Johnny Storm are trying to not let him go, and so there ends up being a fight in between Reed Richards, Human Torch, and Spider-Man, and he ends up whooping ass because that's my goat. We're gonna have him whoop their ass because he has the symbiote. He's strong as fuck, boy.
That's true.
But yeah, he knocks them both unconscious and swings away towards the battle. And so then whenever he gets there, he, in the black suit, he sees all of this, and he sees the Chameleon impersonating him, and it just enrages him more, and it becomes Spider-Man versus Spider-Man fight. And it fits that he's wearing the black suit and Chameleon's wearing the red and blue suit because it's symbolic of him like fighting himself,
Mm-hmm. And I was talking, or I came up with the idea that I think it would be cool for Chameleon to kind of have this big monologue where he's like, "Who's really the villain here?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen how you've been acting throughout?"
Like, "I've been intimidating you, or I've been imitating you, but you've done all of this as well. It's not just me."
Yeah, all of the worst of the most recent reports have been you.
Yeah,
not me.
been you.
I maybe started it off and made your reputation start to go downhill, but you're the one who plummeted it, essentially, sort of thing. And so he's like, "Who's really the villain? Is it you?" And then that's gonna be like, that's gonna be what just enrages Peter, like to past the breaking point, and we just see him just like fucking, or no, actually, what it was. I wanted to have like this giant chase scene.
Or well, I think that was after, right?
After
we said
wails
they
on him
have
a
that
bit.
monologue, and then they start fighting. Spider-Man v Spider-Man fighting, and then he finally gets the edge, starts beating the shit out of him, and he's about to like kill him, and then Johnny comes in, and like talks him down or gets him unfocused to the point that
Chameleon can escape.
Chameleon starts web swinging away, and then we have what you said, that chaotic chase wherever. Chameleon's running from Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is trying to catch Chameleon while the Human Torch is trying to catch Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man is like not paying attention to anything. Like he's destroying cars as he's flying by.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's hurting people. So Johnny is slowed down because he's out here trying to like.
He's trying to
fix the
save
mess.
everybody. He can't catch him because he's over here doing the right thing and trying to save everybody.
And then Chameleon's just like hauling ass, trying to get away. He's actually genuinely scared at this point in
Yeah,
time.
I'm scared for his fucking
ass
life.
fucking whooped.
He said, "I did this just for a paycheck, bro. What is this? Fuck."
And then eventually Johnny is just able to like fly into Peter and like, hit the symbiote with fire to the point that it just like completely starts screaming off of his body. And
yeah, he catches, like, I think it should be Chameleon, or Peter catches up to Chameleon and, starts attacking him again. And then Human Torch is a little behind. And whenever he finally catch up, he just, blasts him with fire. And then the symbiote starts going crazy. And
then we hear them.
Human Torch starts giving him
a speech, essentially.
To talk
or a
him
lecture,
down.
I guess.
Yeah. And then Peter finally realizes after everything he's done, because he's been realizing more and more how crazy he is. He's like, this isn't me. I can't do this anymore.
And then we get an iconic.
Yeah, you need the iconic
ripping
off the symbiote, grabbing it off the face, and he would rip it off there. Chameleon is probably, we didn't even talk about this. After that, Chameleon, is he going to get arrested for what he did? Is he going to get away? We didn't talk about this.
I think he should just get away first.
Get away so he could set up.
Because of all the chaos that Peter caused, he wasn't able to actually finish the job. Yeah,
since Human Torch and, we're going to have the symbiote and Chameleon get away. That makes sense, because then Johnny is going to make sure Peter's okay, and Peter is also, realizing everything and, getting back into, being himself. And it would end that with them getting away, but
this whole time was being documented by Eddie Brock.
Yes.
To slander Spider-Man.
Yes.
And then we see that maybe he got hurt a little bit in the process. And, he's already, I think we forgot to mention that eventually, Peter would end up, after Peter takes the suit off, would, go to Mary Jane and try to apologize and get her back. But, the symbiote had already, attached to a piece of Eddie Brock's, camera equipment or something. So then he loses MJ to Peter, sparking his hatred for Peter, and then the symbiote attaches at the end of the movie.
Well, yeah, that's not the complete...
Sorry, I'm trying to go without looking at the paper.
Yes,
here, so
you're close. You're close. So yeah, Chameleon ends up getting away. That can easily help set up for the Sinister Six whenever they're ready to do that.
Yes.
The symbiote also gets away to set up Venom for the next movie. But I mean, the point of that final battle is even though they got away, Peter still wins, and Chameleon stops chasing him because he's like, fuck that, I'm not dealing with that guy again. But Peter wins in the end because he learns the lesson that he did. It's all about the emotional story of Spider-Man.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. So for the ending, after that, now we are at the ending. We have, so Peter got fired from the Bugle whenever he lashed out on J. Jonah Jameson. Of course, J. Jonah Jameson just has more fire now to fuel Peter, to fuel the hate for Spider-Man. And I said that Peter should become a scientist then and join the Future Foundation. He doesn't like that because he wants Peter to be broke 24/7. So he could easily join with a Dr. Octopus, like Insomniac Spider-Man, he's still a scientist, but he's not getting paid shit because they don't have grants. Yeah, but they're not going to
bring Dr. Octopus back because they already had him in No Way Home. So,
well, it couldn't be Kurt Connors either.
Because he was also in No Way Home.
Either way, I think that he should end with becoming a scientist or a teacher.
Or he could end up going to Feast with Martin Lee.
Or Feast, yes, Feast could be good too, for sure.
Because Feast has also been alluded to in the.
Oh yeah, that's what Aunt May took. Yeah.
So that could be a good ending up.
For sure.
I just thought of that.
We think that he could he'll beg MJ for forgiveness, and she seems to understand and gets back with him. Of course, we need to flesh out more of their romance and other things, but this is just
This is a rough first draft.
Exactly. So Eddie's life ends up, getting ruined by Peter because he takes his girl. He
ends up, maybe he doesn't need to lose his job. I feel like that was done in Spider-Man 3, so we're having a different reason for
let's just say he gets his bitch took.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's probably good enough.
That's all you need.
Because there was already tension between them because of
And because
MJ.
and because he like attacked him the one
Yeah.
time at the Bugle.
Yeah.
And all I know is this is one thing I was upset about with Brand New Day is there was no final swing. I love me a good final swing in a Spider-Man movie, and this one would be so symbolic and look so good when the whole movie
he has the new
yeah
suit,
the
or
whole
his red and blue suit
yes
back.
the whole movie was nighttime.
Yes, and this will be the
Nighttime
first, like,
in the snow, and then this will
be the first bright day scene in spring,
or just without snow. It could still be winter, just without snow.
Yeah, but like
just,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, just like, sunny,
no
bright
snow.
out, no snow, red and blue suit, dope ass final swing, then that's the end of the movie. And we have a post credit scenes as well. The post credit scene one would be, I said like during the end it'd be cool if you're seeing like Eddie like walking to the Bugle to give the pictures and you see the symbiote slowly creeping.
Yeah.
And then the post-credit scene would be the symbiote latching onto Eddie, however they do it. And I just thought of this now, since we said that we're letting Chameleon escape, is there could be another post-credit scene wherever he goes back to Kraven in there where they live and tells him that they need more reinforcements. So then the mid-credit scene is setting up Spider-Man 6, which would be Venom. And then the end credit scene is setting up Spider-Man 7, which would be the Sinister Six. Which I don't think they're going to get to 7, but Nick thinks that they might.
I think because you were saying, the reason I said that they need to get to 7 is because you want to have a Sinister Six movie. And obviously I do too. Everyone does, I think.
We need a Sinister Six movie.
But they need to do Venom right. And they can't do that in 5, I don't think. I think they need to save that for 6 because we need a whole symbiote suit movie. That was the whole point of why we were talking about 5.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that better, but I don't know if they'll be able to get Tom for 7 movies.
I think they will. Because then you can also start setting up the passing of the torch to Miles.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Essentially, beating up the Sinister Six in his 7th movie can be his passing of the torch moment to Miles. Like, after he gets rid of the Sinister Six and, like, makes it so that they can't come back, Miles is the new Spider-Man.
Like, he's already kind of training him against and then the Sinister Six comes along and he's like, you cannot be a part of this, bro. I got to take this on myself, myself. You are not ready.
Maybe he succeeds against the Sinister Six, but it also kills him. You know, it doesn't have to be that.
I'd rather he retire.
I'd rather he not die either. But it's just
like, bro, I know we like putting Spider-Man through hell, but after all the hell we put him through, we should at least let the man retire.
Let him have a happy ending.
Yeah, we should. We shouldn't fucking kill him.
And obviously, I feel like Spider-Man logically would come back for a big enough threat. You know what I mean? Even if.
But then you have him come back just to kill him.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, that we got a little bit ahead.
The big threat being $100 million sent Tom Holland's way. He's coming back for that threat.
Dude, I mean, that's what they did to fucking Robert Downey Jr. It obviously works.
Yeah, shit, it works. Oh my god, how much do you think the budget for fucking Doomsday is? It's got to be like $500 million.
I doubt it's that much. I would bet 350 though.
Dude, Superman was 250, and they got a no-namer for Superman.
I said 350 for.
I mean, $100 million is a lot more money.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so that I mean, that's fair.
That's like 30 some percent.
That's more money than we'll ever have.
Okay, but don't talk like that though. Like, what if? No, I'm kidding.
All right, but
yeah, I think
that's all we got.
I think that wraps it up. Yeah.
Our idea for Spider-Man 5. We could definitely add more detail, make a couple plot points, make a little more sense. We literally put this together in 2 hours.
Yeah. So it's not perfect idea.
I still like the ideas, but yeah, not everything is perfect. If we had more time to think about it, I feel like we could get a pretty solid Spider-Man story out of this. But I mean, let us know what you think.
We're big fans. I feel like me and you personally could write a pretty good Spider-Man story.
We could be the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
No.
Just maybe.
Yeah, just maybe, you know. But yeah, just let us know what you think in the comments of our pitch idea for Spider-Man 5 Darkest Day. Since you got to keep the day title.
Title in progress.
Dude, that's a good title.
It's all right.
Why do you think other people made these? If so many people are making those.
I mean, it's just, if there's so many people are making it, doesn't that make it a bit obvious then? Like, that means they're not going to choose that name because it's an obvious choice.
But like, it's his darkest day. He's in the symbiote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it works.
I'm still not even sure if they'll stick with the day naming convention. But
I think they will, since they did it for the home trilogy.
It made sense for the home trilogy. I feel like they might break away from it for this trilogy, but who knows?
I don't know. I like them doing it like that, so I hope they do. But
Okay.
we have one other thing we'll talk about for a little bit. Our second pitch idea,
Marvel
which
Spider-Man
this is
3.
the different version of it, where we're just going to go off the dome,
Yeah, we're
talk
just
about
ripping-
what we want.
Yeah, we're just throwing shit back and forth. We don't have anything planned on this one.
So obviously, Green Goblin, yes,
Yeah, and Doc Ock. They literally set up both of them
yes.
at the end of Spider-Man 2.
Do you think it's going in the route where it ends, or not even ends, but like halfway through the game, you start playing as Superior Spider-Man?
No.
You don't think
Because
so?
the reason why is because Miles is still going to be in it,
Well, yeah.
and they introduce Silk.
Yeah,
At
see,
the
that's the
end.
thing that's interesting about that. If they don't have a spin-off before, is she even going to be a playable character in Spider-Man
I doubt she's
3?
going to be playable in 3. Maybe they'll do
I feel like they need a spin-off before, because I always thought it was such a cool idea that Spider-Man 1, you play as one Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2, you play as two Spider-Mans. And then Spider-Man 3, you play as three Spider-Man.
Yeah, but then how are they going to explain her being a Spider-Woman or Spider-Girl before she has the powers, before we even see her get the powers? You know what I mean?
That's why I say we need a spin-off beforehand.
I know, but they're not going to do that.
Or they could have just made a fucking DLC. Like everybody fucking wanted.
Like they were supposed to? Like
Yeah,
the
like they
Carnage
were supposed
DLC
to.
that was supposed to happen? I'm still pissed about that. I'm also still pissed about...
I mean, what if they dropped the DLC like before Spider-Man 3 dropped for
They're not
Spider-Man
going
2?
to. They canceled all the DLC for that game.
Okay, they could not uncancel,
They're not going to.
but they could.
I would love if they did, but they're not going to.
Yeah.
They're not
yeah.
gonna. They're not going to make a DLC 5 years fucking later.
Well, or just make a Miles Morales type game.
They're
like
not
a
gonna do
10-hour long game.
They're making Wolverine right now, and then after Wolverine, they're probably gonna go right into making Marvel Spider-Man 3.
They
Like,
need more time though. They really do need more time. And I
probably do,
love
but-
those games. They need more world building.
I know. I'm kind of with you. They dropped the ball on it.
Because I thought it'd be cool if Miles Morales, since Peter already, I mean, he's got his shit figured out with the Emily May Foundation and with his bitch. He's keeping MJ.
I forgot what the Emily May Foundation is anyway. It's been
him
a
and-
long time
him
since
and
I played
Harry's
it.
Foundation.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes.
Come on now, man.
You were talking about Miles. I got confused.
No, I'm saying Peter. Like he saw it. He has his girl, right? So
Yeah.
like, with the whole Silk storyline in the comics, they do it with Miles, and then he has a love triangle with his deaf girlfriend.
That's messed up, bro.
Bro, I mean, they literally set it up for that because Miles' mom is dating her dad.
Yeah.
So they set it up for that. I feel like they're definitely going to go with the Silk storyline of them just not being able to stop fucking each other. They make it
That's
Miles
crazy.
instead.
They're not gonna do. They're both teenagers, bro. They're not gonna put that in the fucking game.
They'll both be like 17, 18, 19 by Spider-Man 3. They will be consenting adults. I'm not saying actually show them like going nuts
I know,
on each
but,
other,
like-
but just show them insanely obsessed with each other. You just don't like that storyline, so
I don't
you
think
don't like
that
me.
that storyline is not going to be in there. There's no way they adapt that storyline.
I don't think there's any
guarantee
point of using Silk over Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman if they're not doing that storyline. That's like the biggest part of the Silk storyline in the comics.
But hear me out. Neither of us have fucking read Silk comics.
But that's
or
the
read
main
comics
point.
with Silk in them.
But that's the main point.
You don't know that?
You're
what have you
right.
read about her?
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
TikTok told me that's the main point, so that's the main
exactly.
point,
Getting
bro.
your fucking information from goddamn TikTok.
I mean, we give some pretty good information on TikTok.
I think so too. But we're also we're not experts on any of this shit. Like
I'm an expert on this.
That story's
I'm an expert
goated.
on this. This is my favorite comic right here. Goated with the sauce.
What y'all know about this though?
That shit ass. I got the third one.
You were
which is
going to
better.
have the hounds of fucking Spider-Man on you.
I have
for
the
saying
third
that
one,
shit's
which is
ass.
better. I have the third one, which is better.
It's literally it's midway through the fucking story, you dumbass. You need to start
All
at the
right,
beginning.
okay. We got off track, man.
Yeah, we did.
Let's talk more about Spider-Man 3. What do you think they can improve gameplay-wise?
I have been saying this since Marvel Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 3 needs to make New York City and the other boroughs the actual size of New York City. Because they downsized
Since they already made, Spider-Man
Yeah.
2 bigger by adding the other boroughs, just make it...
make it the actual size of New York City.
So then there's something fresh to the map as well.
Yeah, it'll feel much grander, but you didn't actually like add new boroughs that don't exist or anything.
You're just
like that.
making it...
It's just as big as the actual city is in real life. I think that'll make, and it'll also make.
I think that is for sure the best next step for the map.
And it'll make traversal feel better because it's just like so.
Well, that's what I was about to
massive.
ask about next. Is do you even think there's anything they can do to improve the traversal?
The
I
web
feel like
wings
they
was
kind
great.
of perfected it in Spider-Man 2. You even have the dashes, the dash up and dash sideways, like, and they did the fast travel. I really don't see how else they can improve the traversal. It's pretty fucking like perfect.
I think there needs to be more freedom of expression.
Just like more air tricks. Or
Not
like,
necessarily like. I don't really even know how to describe it. Like, just the way you can position, like, your arms, maybe. Like, I don't even know, man. It's kind of hard to improve
everything I wanted
on perfection with the travel.
Yeah.
Or the
Because
traversal.
like everything that I wanted them to add for Spider-Man 2 from Spider-Man 1, they added it. So like now I'm like, what else? Because you can do the whole 360 now. You can do the slingshot now.
I think...
You can do the turning the corners now.
Yeah, it's not perfect though. I think there needs... Like, I think the webs themselves need to have a bit more reaction with the world physically. I think that'll make it more interesting. Like the loop-de-loop that you can do, that's like kind of a scripted thing. Like you're only allowed to do it once and then you have to like go. But like,
yeah, I feel like you should be able to do it without having to dive.
Yeah, that too.
Like dive in.
But like let's say, this is what I mean by more physical reaction in the world with the web lines themselves. Let's say you are webbing onto a flagpole or something, and you want to do a loop-de-loop, and you can just keep going. But because the web is a certain length, it like shortens the web as you loop and loop and loop on it.
Oh, I thought of
Like,
something they can add to
you know-
traversal. The one thing that they didn't add with the swinging is the climbing your own web.
Oh, dude, they've been needing that for a long time.
That would be cool to add that where you're swinging and you could just climb it like Andrew's really the only one who did it in his movies.
I also think having a more dedicated way to choose which hand you're swinging from would add a bit more freedom of expression. They don't really have that in the
That'd
game.
be tough to do though, because you use R2 and L2 is to aim.
Yeah, I know, but there's a way to do
And
it.
L1 is to do your dash, so I don't know.
I feel like there have been other Spider-Man games that have done that. Like L2 was left hand, R2 was right hand. It worked. I don't remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure they did.
I think that'd be cool, but I also don't think it's necessary. I think the swing is pretty much perfect. I don't think there's much
there's
more
not
they
really
need to add
much
to
to
it.
there's
Yeah.
not a lot that you can improve on it. But like if you go back to play like Spider-Man 2 the movie game on the GameCube or
You still
PS2,
think that's the best Spider-Man game?
it has some of the most interesting web swinging. I didn't say it was the best.
You have to me. Now you don't want to say it?
Okay, fine. It's the best, guys.
There we go.
There we go. It's the best Spider-Man game. I don't fucking care. It's awesome.
They do have some iconic voice lines.
Dude.
Dumbass voice lines.
A different roof? Different from this one?
Like such dumbass shit.
Anyways. Yeah, I mean, there is some really cool swinging in Spider-Man 2, the movie game.
Mm-hmm.
But I also can't really tell you how different it is because it's been like 10 years since I played it. So
Yeah.
I'd have to play it again before I
So
could compare.
let's Is there anything really to do to combat? Should we talk about story instead? I feel like they kind of perfected combat.
Well, the thing that I worry about with the combat of this one, like, are they actually going to keep the anti-venom as a permanent upgrade to Peter's powers, or are they going to strip that away?
I mean, I think it makes sense
To keep it or to get
Yeah,
rid of
because
it?
they went into his mind and took the negative aspects of the symbiote and left the
Yeah.
positive. Why would the symbiote just all of a sudden go away?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I think they could make it look better instead of like maybe.
I think that was my issue. Is I want it more. I want him to have his. That's actually exactly why I was worried about the anti-venom, is because he had the anti-venom suit at the end of the Marvel Spider-Man 2, and that's just the suit that he ended with. I want it incorporated into his.
Yeah, I think they will incorporate it
because I need the red and blue back.
I mean, they heard the hate from both of the final suits.
Well, I don't hate the anti-venom suit. I hate the toothpaste Colgate ass motherfucking shit that.
Yeah, no,
Miles
I like
wore,
the anti-venom suit, but Miles' shit is garbage. Bro, even the color options for his are better. Like the black one, it actually doesn't look that bad.
No, they all look bad.
I think the black one.
The cut-off mask with the fucking.
Everybody hates on his
coming out
hairstyle.
looks
I don't
terrible.
think his hairstyle looks bad.
It's because the reason everyone hates on it is because it's the stereotypical. Let's cast a black character in our show.
Yeah, you
haircut.
make a good point.
Like it's overused, and many people agree like this looks
What
terrible.
do you want from the story?
And it's not what black people in America actually wear as their hairstyles.
Yeah.
Also, anyway.
Yeah, what do you want from the story for this game?
I mean, obviously we know Norman and Doc Ock are going to be a huge part of it.
Of course.
I really wanted to see where the Carnage DLC was going to go in Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Me too, man.
So, like, could they at least maybe bring it back, dude? Bring something with Carnage back in Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, I'd like to see Carnage at the beginning. I'd like no more screwball missions.
Ever again. Ever again. Never make me hear that bitch's voice again. No, I'm kidding.
Do you want... How do you want... This would probably be Peter's last Spider-Man game. How do you want him to end off?
I don't want him to die, man. But I would be okay with it if he did.
I don't know if I could say I would be okay with it. I don't know. They put that man through so much.
Yeah. I want him to be able to, especially if they do bring in Silk, if they just let him retire and have two spider people taking over the city, then he can be like, all right, I'm fully out. Like, I'm not even helping.
I think that's the direction they are going, and they probably should go that direction.
Yeah.
I'd be kind of upset if they didn't. How do you think they are going to incorporate Green Goblin? Like, is he going to become a villain right away? Do you think that'd be better? Or, like, there's a progression? But, I mean, it ended... Spider-Man 2 ended with him saying, get the G serum ready now.
Dude, Norman has already been a villain without the fucking serum in the Spider-Man games.
Yeah? I mean, he's not as bad of a villain in 2, but in 1, yeah, he's a villain.
He's a villain,
yeah.
So he can have the G serum right away. I don't need them to... They've set him up over these 2 games.
I agree. I think he should be...
You can just get right to it.
Off-rip.
You can just get right to it. In fact, he needs to be like the main presence in the game.
For
like,
sure.
The main enemy in the game.
For sure. And since it's going to be Peter's last one, I do think they need to take the spotlight off of Miles a little bit again. Like, I think it needs to be about his last hurrah.
I still think you should be able to switch between either of them.
Oh, yeah, it's a great addition, yeah.
But the story's entire focus, not entire, but like majority, 75% of the story should be focused on Peter.
Yeah, but you also don't want, Peter should have been the main focus in Spider-Man 2, but because he was the main focus, Miles didn't really get anything to do. Miles really didn't have anything to do.
Some stuff to do in that game.
Not really. He had his Brooklyn Visions side quest, but he didn't have much of a story aspect.
His side quests, I thought, were what were lacking, and he had a decent role in the story, right?
I mean, yeah, with Martin Lee, but
yeah, he had a pretty good role in the story.
I just know that if they sideline him too much, and he was already sidelined a little in the last game,
He wasn't, though.
there's gonna be people online saying it's a racial thing or whatever, even though it's like Peter's last game that he will have before he takes over.
But the thing is, I don't think he was sidelined. In fact, a lot of people complained that they made Peter look weaker to make Miles look better.
They did, but that was the point of it. He was tired. He's given up. He's sick of this shit.
And I'm not even like, I'm not one of those people that's like pissed about that, or complaining about having Miles in the first place just because he's a black character. Like there's plenty of those out there. But yeah, I the more that I think of Spider-Man 2, I feel like it was pretty 50-50 down the middle though. Like of their representations in the game. Like I feel like they both were pretty in there. It's also been a while since I played it, but
this man doesn't like the game.
I always say I don't like it. It's just a 7 out of 10 because the story failed me and it's too short compared to Spider-Man PS4. The gameplay is better on Spider-Man 2.
Yes, I agree. The story is worse, but I still like both stories. I don't have the problems with the story.
It's just so rushed in Spider-Man 2, but I do like it.
You gotta blame Sony for that.
I know. I do like parts of the Spider-Man 2 story, but like, man, they rushed the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm. You have anything else for your pitch ideas for Spider-Man 3? I think I don't really have much else to say.
I'm gonna be honest, no, not really. Those are pretty much all my thoughts.
I am looking forward to whenever, after that game, I think their next direction should definitely finally be finishing that multiplayer game.
They're not going to do that.
Dude, why?
I want them to.
Negative Nancy, bro.
I want them to. Dude, I want them to, but they're not going to. They canceled it. They're not coming back to a canceled game, bro. I'm just being real with you. I'm bringing you to reality.
It's not a canceled game because it was never an actual game.
It was in quiet development, so yes, it was, but they canceled it.
You know how many games have been canceled and they ended up making it?
Not many.
It could be one of them.
Wow. Wow. I think one of my only other thoughts is that I would like to see a return of some of the characters we saw in Spider-Man 2, like Sandman, Lizard. I feel like they just didn't get enough shine in Spider-Man 2, but there might not be enough story for them.
You can't have anybody really from the Sinister Six because they all did. Craven.
That's another thing about Spider-Man 2 is they killed all those characters off screen. Like that was bad. That was just bad storytelling.
Because it was rushed. They probably had scenes showing their deaths.
I know. They needed that in there. That it literally ruined some of the game for me because
I couldn't wait for that game. I mean, I bought this the second that it was available. Even though I already had a PS5. I could not wait for Spider-Man 2. It would have been better to wait if they gave it more time. Yeah. And I still loved the game. Like, I finished it in 2 days.
I love the game, too.
I finished it in 2 days.
I also finished it in 2 days.
Yeah, they should have gave it more time.
Yeah.
But Sony just wanted to rush it out so badly whenever they had all this stuff. Like, they had a bunch of shit with Venom that was cut. And then Tony Todd passed, and now it's just all gone.
Dude, that's the worst part, man. They had so much shit shot with Tony Todd as Venom. Like, that just got cut. And now he's dead. Like, it's just that stuff is just gone forever. Mm-hmm. That's so sad. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. You gave an immaculate performance. One of the best performances. I think he's the best voice to ever do Venom. Yeah, period.
For sure.
At
least they did Craven justice because Craven was pretty sick in that movie.
Craven actually was sick. I will agree. Like there was a lot about the game that was sick. It just they dropped the ball because it was rushed.
Yeah. 100%.
And I need them to not do that to Spider-Man 3. That's the main thing. Like, take your fucking time. I don't really want to wait till 2032, but I will.
Yeah. 2032 would be crazy. There was a 5-year gap between Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but they're also working on Wolverine.
I'd say 2030 would make sense.
Between Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, there was only Spider-Man Miles Morales.
I know.
So, they were able to do that.
So 2030 seems like a good...
When did Spider-Man
23.
Yeah, 23.
Then Wolverine 26.
7 years between. I'd be okay with 2030.
Because they're probably still working on it right now, even though they're working on Wolverine. They have different departments working on it. It's just...
Yeah. it's going to take longer until Wolverine is done and they can shift full development to Spider-Man 2 only.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that wraps up my thoughts. Anything else you want to say?
I think I'm done too. Yeah, I think it'll be really great. I mean, I just feel like it needs Doc Ock, it needs Green Goblin.
I mean, we know they're going to be there.
It needs Peter's story to end in a good way.
Yeah.
I want it to be him retiring. If they can do it well with him dying, I'll be upset. But I mean, it is what it is. It's just, yeah, those are the big three that they need to hammer down, and I think they can do it if they are given the time that they actually need. But yeah, that's also all I got. So that is officially all we have for you guys today on this episode of the Double Feature Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know if you have a preference between the versions of pitch ideas. Obviously, our first one is a lot longer formed than the Spider-Man 3 one just was. Didn't take up nearly as much time, but I like both. I like both ways. Whatever the community likes more, we can stick with whatever one, or if you like both, we can keep doing both. Yeah, I mean it's all up to what you guys think. I enjoy doing both ways. Hope you guys enjoyed both ways. And hope to see you guys in our next episode next week.
Hell yeah.
Peace out. Love y'all.